6 months without going to the grocery store. That is my challenge. I am doing this to use up a lot of stock that I have that needs to be eaten up. I am also doing this to save money. In the past, it feels like I've almost gotten addicted to going to the grocery store. It was a convenience, and anytime we ever ran out of anything, I was just able to run over to the grocery store and buy it. Except it wasn't just that one thing, there would always be more. So I put this challenge on myself to overcome that, save some money, and then go through a lot of the food that we have in this house already. If you're looking to follow this journey from the beginning, I will link that at the end of this video for you. Make sure you go back and check out all of the previous updates. So far this week, I did notice that we are running lower on meat than I would like. So I am trying to focus more on plant-based meals. I did forget to video some of them. I was sick this week, so I'm kind of dropping the ball there. I'm sorry. I will discuss what we had though. The garden is doing really well. I'll take you guys for another tour in just a minute, but right now we are getting tons of beans, which is such a blessing. If it's our favorite vegetable in the summer are fresh beans. They're so good. So it's so wonderful to have that garden producing well for us. We also just harvested all of our peaches from the peach trees, and our entire house smells like peaches right now. It's so lovely. So we are having tons of fresh fruit to eat as well as fresh vegetables. So that's not a worry. It's literally just kind of the protein and carbs. I had bought a huge bag of potatoes at the beginning of this. I've got about a quarter of that bag left. However, the potatoes that we planted are almost ready to be dug. So by the time we're done that bag, we'll be moving into the potatoes from our garden as well. So that shouldn't be an issue. I also have a lot of rice and a lot of beans in the house. So like I said, I'm going to focus a little bit more on plant-based meals moving forward and try just to move away from the meat as much as possible because we are running a little lower than I expected at this point. So running to the store. In my first video, I did outline the rules that I had set for myself. And this was going to be, I'm going to the store for dairy or essentials. So these are going to make up dairy or flour, or rice, which I don't see myself running out of, or beans, which again, I do not see myself running out of. So really it's just dairy and flour. For myself last week, I did get more flour because I do bake all of our muffins, bread, snacks, all of that. And dairy, I do go to the store and buy. As for the meals for this week, I'll show you the ones that I did manage to tape, but other ones that we did buy, I'm going to first, I'll talk about the one that my daughter did. So my daughter, as a homeschool project, she was given a project to decide what she wanted to make for dinner, figure out all of those ingredients, and then she had a budget. She had to go to the grocery store, buy what was on that list in that budget, and then make dinner. As a side note, I consider this grocery trip homeschool budget, not grocery store budget, because this was her project for the day. So that's what I'm considering that as. And anyways, that was her budget to do. So she decided to make a pasta. She quickly realized, because I gave her a $25 budget, that when she got to the store, that the meat she wanted to use for that pasta was $20. It's not cheap. So she was like, oh my goodness, then I'd only have $5 to make the rest of this pasta. How am I going to make that work? So she bought half ground beef and half ground pork. And that was how she made that work. So that came up to $15 instead of $20. After that, she then bought some mushrooms, a pepper, pasta, and pasta sauce as well. And she made the dinner herself. Now, to go forward with this story, that pepper, when she went to check out, was $2.02, which we were both like, oh my goodness, this is for a single pepper. Anyways, we also went to the market this week. So it was the day after she had done her meal. We went to the market and we stocked up on peaches, beans, and peppers. So I love to cut up peppers, and you can freeze them, and then that way I can just pull them out through the winter for stir fries and soups and stews and whatever I want. They're really easy to process, really easy to store. So that's how I like to do my peppers for over winter. And so we bought bulk for these peppers, big, beautiful peppers, bought them in bulk. And then it was her job to figure out how much each pepper cost so she could see the difference between buying at the market in bulk or buying at the store just one. So the store-bought pepper was $2.02, and she figured out that our bulk peppers were 75 cents each. So a massive, massive change, right? It was $1.25 or $1.27 difference between the bulk pepper and the store-bought pepper, and the bulk pepper was fresher and local. So just in case you're wondering, I mean, sometimes we can get amazing deals at the store, like I did with the corn the other day. But then also going to the market, haggling with the vendors there, you can get really good produce there. Now, I was surprised. I found out that some of the vendors at this market will go to the get wholesale food from like elsewhere. So we could get beans from further away and they sell it at the market, which I'm super unimpressed with. So I like to try and find local vendors, and then keep it local. I don't like the people who get wholesale food from, we could be getting like beans from the States brought up and they're selling it at this market, like a local farmer's market. So it's kind of a bummer when people do that. But anyways, there's deals to be had. We just have to keep our eyes open. If you're wondering how I process those peaches and beans and peppers, I will link the video for you guys in the description box as I did it earlier this week. I do plan on hitting up that farmer's market yet again next week because I want more beans and I want more peaches and I want more peppers. And I'm going to do dill pickles. So that's going to be out probably maybe next week. We're going to see. I have my daughter's surgery. She's got dental surgery coming up tomorrow. So this week's going to be a little off. We're going to see what I get done this week, but that's for this week. Back to the meals. So we did the pasta the one day, and then I'm going to show you, I know I did video another pasta that we did in there. And I also did pancakes. We did eggs and toast. We did canned soup dinner. I cannot remember what else we did. I think I did tacos in there at some point too. My brain is just, it's been so busy. Trying to keep that meat down so that we can make it last as long as possible. That being said, we also did burgers yesterday because we had company over. There was a great big music festival in town. So we did do burgers yesterday and potato salad. And that's lasted us from, it was yesterday lunch. We had it for dinner. And then we had it for lunch again today because there was a lot of leftovers. So it's lasted a while. Anyways, I will show you what I did video for our dinners, and then we'll move on to the garden. We had sourdough pancakes with some peach sauce. Those pancakes are my kids' favorite thing. And this one is mine. It is pasta with a peanut sauce with tofu. And then I forgot that I did these wings with some fresh beans and a little bit of the corn that I had left over from the grocery store. So you can see here that our beans are coming along really well. We're getting a good meal from them every other day to every day. So I don't think ours will produce enough for me to save, but for now they're giving us really nice meals. So we are still eating a lot of salads from here, and I am waiting for my zucchini to produce. We've got a little friend in there. Hopefully soon, because I'm getting a lot of male flowers, but I haven't got any female flowers yet. So I'm hoping that we get some zucchini soon. We'll see. I am struggling with squash borer. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. It's already ruined one of my pumpkin vines. So we're going to, I know I checked for eggs. There's not a heck of a lot I can do about this, but they're here. They've arrived to kill my zucchini plants. So hopefully I just kill them as I find them. But if you guys have any tricks, let me know. Our tomatoes are all doing well. I am waiting patiently to get cherries started, our cherry tomatoes.
So we can see them. They're back here. So I'm waiting for them to ripen up because they are so good. So you can see on this squash, right at the root there, right at the base, I should say, this is where the squash borer got in and has destroyed this. So loud engine. I don't know how long this will produce for. Hopefully it produces for a while, or will at least give us something, but this one's climbing my tree. And there it is, the little squash beetle. So I'm sorry. I kill them and squish them right off, and then we look for the eggs under the leaves, but yeah, they'll destroy a plant pretty quickly, unfortunately. Our currants and josta berries are still going. These are really nice. They're pretty sweet. They're very much like a currant or a gooseberry. So I quite like them. And then I've got my mulberry trees. So these guys are going to be ripening up soon. And you can see I've got another pumpkin that, instead of growing across the ground, has grown up my mulberry tree into the sky here. So it's a little funny. I'm going to have pumpkins up in my mulberry tree. I have a lot of baby pumpkins growing here too. I just wanted to show you guys this one. It's a little baby Canadian crookneck. It's doing really well. All of my pumpkins in the containers are doing really well. The ones that I planted in the ground, not so good. I can't remember the name of this one. I don't remember what I planted where. I should have named them and I didn't, but I've got lots of these little pumpkins started too. Yeah, my garden buddy. Hi. Hey, Miss. And then these guys. So I've got lots of these guys started. They're kind of all over the place, but all my ones in these planters out here are really happy.
All right, guys, so that is my update for this week. Sorry, it was a bit rambly. My brain's in all different areas this week. So like I said, we've got my daughter's dental surgery coming up tomorrow. So it's probably just going to be an easy peasy week, very easy meals, because at this point of the game, at 2 months in, or over 2 months in now, I'm trying to be more careful with what we're eating so that I'm making sure we're not running out of very much. Also coming up, I'm going to be working more on getting through those plums and those jalapeno peppers and things like that I have preserved that I've not been working through. So I do need to work through them more. I love to make those plums into barbecue sauce, so I'm going to do that more because that turned out really well. I'm also preserving jam this week, so I might even try and fit that in there as well. We'll see, and I'll let you guys know. If you're looking to follow this from the beginning, make sure you check out this entire playlist. That's where they all are. Thank you guys again for joining me today, and I will see you all next time.